In the past 4 years, I have resided at 8 different permanent addresses. I've attended 4 universities in 3 different states and 2 different countries. However, today we are standing in this one room, graduating from an amazingly unique school, and there is only one university that we call home. Good morning, y'all. My name is Kristen Deanne Otto. I'm 21 years old, and I'm graduating today, like everyone else, wearing a cap and gown in this auditorium with a Bachelor of Arts in Government from UT Austin. I'm a 7th-generation Texan, and my mom graduated from this fine institution from which we're about to leave with a lifetime's worth of memories. Thus, it is never hard for people to see that UT and me are a pair of puzzle pieces that have always fit quite nicely. Oh, and I forgot a crucial piece to that me and UT match made in heaven bit. I love football. Since I could safely secure strap-on cheese heads to my Beanie Babies, or sit upright, I've always been down to watch a football game. Thus, I was so absolutely enthralled to come to what was, at the time, predicted to be winning UT. But, as we know, sports and non-sports fans alike, we don't always win, and we didn't. But, like I was saying, we don't always win, and we can't always win. Yes, there are instances of paramount successes, dynasties even. Times like a few graduating classes preceding us knew as the Vince Young years. But, class of 13, we just didn't have those type of years. We can admit it now. It's okay to let go. Perhaps we can think of ourselves as going to Texas during the times of trials and tribulations. Generation TNT has a nice ring to it, don't you think? But I'll cut our team some slack, whether it be in an academic, athletic, social, or any other one of life's innumerable arenas. Each and every one of us knows how it feels to have a less than NCAA championship performance. We know how it feels to fail, and I'm not afraid to say it. It's outright scary. And now, we have come to this important, ominous, exciting, utterly unnerving, and overwhelming crossroads, this precipice in most of our lives that seemed like it would never come, but somehow it's here, and suddenly everything seems like it might be starting to spin, and in the back of your mind, you're slightly afraid that you might wake up at any minute in the dark wood, hoping that Virgil is awaiting your come to consciousness, ready to guide you through this confusing chaos. For those of you who didn't catch my Dante's Inferno allusion, I apologize. If you desire, you may blame it on Professor Guy Raffa and his Inferno-inspired UGS course. At least he'll know I was listening. You know, I passed in front of the main building steps a few days ago, and I noticed a plaque. And despite having had made that walk hundreds of times since transferring to UT, this was the first time I noticed it. But nevertheless, the plaque read, "The University of Texas at Austin, core purpose, to transform lives for the benefit of society." To transform lives for the benefit of society. So much depth, so inspiring, and yet so to the point. Kudos to the Longhorn wordsmith who crafted that one. Moving onwards, I say to you, before we take our next step, we must pause for a prospective reflection on our purpose here today. Earlier, I threw out the term in parlance, the times of trials and tribulations, to loosely characterize how we, the class of 2013, our hearts and our happiness have been challenged by the collective performance, more or less, of Texas's core athletic programs over the past 4 years. And while this may be true, we don't go to UT solely, or for some people at all, to be sports fans. We go to this university to study government. And this is what we have hopefully done, which is, in turn, the reason why we are gathered here today. And as the tried and true, learned and refined government majors we pride ourselves on being, we are continuously briefing ourselves with the most current breaking news, right? Well, that is why I've been seeing a lot of you on your phones, right? But seriously, Looking on CNN's website to see that the death count in Syria's uprising have reached 70,000, to reading that the first tweets of the terrorist attacks in Boston, not only does it not take much effort, it's becoming unavoidable to come to terms with the fact that these days the world is looking pretty bleak. So, this is where we step in, class of the times of trials and tribulations. Generation TNT, it is our mission to be movers and motivators in society. It is our duty to make efforts to narrow socioeconomic schisms, and it is our responsibility to build bridges where knowledge gaps grow. Because, as we know, knowledge is power. It is the power that has blessed us with the endurance to be standing where we are now, and the courage to make changes after we leave here today. Thus, my fellow graduating government majors of the University of Texas at Austin, let us steady our knees and, ready or not, walk with a newly assumed confidence across the stage today. Because when we walk across the stage today, we walk into a world not as a turmoil-trodden bunch, but as a much-needed bunch, into a world plagued with trials and tribulations and desperate for our help to transform lives for the benefit of society. This is the core purpose that UT has instilled within us. Today, it becomes part of us. It is now and forever will be at our core. So, starting now, let us be leaders, paving intellectually enriched, enlightened paths that encircle the world 100-fold, reaching into neighboring galaxies and beyond. May these paths be internally illuminated, burnt orange, of course, for all to follow. Finally, may they be blueprints from which people may learn and, in turn, come to lead by our examples. So how about we go start transforming some lives, starting with our own by changing that long-awaited education Facebook or resume status from attending to graduated from the University of Texas at Austin. Thus, from me and your family, your friends and your professors, from all of those people whom you have met, and from those whose lives you will have an impact on, and in turn, who will one day benefit from you. Thank you to all of the government majors of UT Austin's class of 2013, the reconstructors and renovators, the leaders and risk takers, the movers and motivators. Congratulations, and get ready, because the world needs us now and more than ever. Thank you.